I bet you he is going to see you want to get manhandled. Bug, bug, bug. This usually works for me. What about you?
Man, you are really pent up.
Yes.
You know, you should try some aromatherapy.
Hey, listen, the only aroma that I like is the smell of burning flesh. You understand? Take the other day. I was walking, talking to a friend of mine on the phone a long time ago. He was telling me how he lacked the respect and attention from the fellow school teachers in school. What do? If you don't get respect? Okay, so I told him, the way you get a man's attention is by doing the unexpected. Just like that, you see? It works with him, works for you. You know, you walk down the street, all nice, and looky look, what do we have here? Oh, it's the lamppost. Oh, this is your head. Smack your lamppost against it. Do you like that? Do you see me now, huh? Do you see me now? Okay, I think now, in his teacher's lounge, trust me, those people there, they know he's around. Nobody will ignore him anymore. And if a woman walks by, the only thing you need to do, whip it out and say, what are we going to do about this? I'm telling you, people cower under their desks. When he's nearby, man, it's much better.
Yeah, charmed, I'm sure. Hey, Baz, I think we need to take a commercial break.
We'll be back in the men's room. Remember, don't tap your foot under the stall.
911, what is your emergency?
Oh, I think my heart stopped. The left side of my face.
The state the rest of us can only watch on television and masturbate over.
I'm masturbating right now, furiously. Now Chloe is best friends with Jill von Krastenberg. This enfant terrible has been ruling Liberty City's nightlife for the past 2 years, since her 11th birthday. Her daddy gave her a pair of diamond minors for her 12th birthday, and after she could walk again, sent her to 15 of the most exclusive boarding schools, all at the same time, and got her a treehouse with servants. Plus, she's got a flying rabbit.
Money. Omnipotence. When you're this amazing, the laws of nature just don't apply. Your life is like a soda commercial, where everything is extreme. Look at this house. That's what it takes to make a splash in the ultra-competitive world of being the...
Everyone's midget.
Is worth it. She'll swoon at your low exhaust emissions and maybe let you do a bit of exploring of her exhaust too. Plus, chicks love electric gadgets. The Karen Dilettante is fully customizable if you understand real...
Wait!
Oh, man! You say?
Nope.
We are a loving and
John B.
Shut up. The women of Dazzletown show their true nature in Vinewood Cunts. Only on Weasel.
You're late to see your therapist. You're in a hurry. You've had a couple of martinis at lunch. Then someone or something gets in the way. What do? Leave the scene? Head for the border? Not with VIG Insurance. Now you don't have to worry. Call one of our claim representatives immediately, and we'll deal with the law. Silence any victims before uncomfortable litigation can happen. We insure against drunk driving, accidental gun discharge, and narcotics violations. VIG Insurance, because freedom equals peace of mind.
Weasel Wednesdays heat up next season with Vacation Home Sluts. Don't miss it on Weasel. All next week, it's patriotism at its finest as Weasel revisits history with the non-stop terror marathon. Back-to-back docudramas blaming liberals for everything. Only on Weasel.
Last week, we brought you the greatest victory in the history of televised card gambling mayhem. 5 men looking
Fantastic product of poor countries to buy speedboats, servants, snakeskin sofas, and incredible surround sound sanitariums.
Plus, we've got Liberty City's most vacuous debutante cokeheads going head-to-head and giving it in a race to see who can visit the most STD clinics and rehabs.
It's glamour, guts, and really gross greed. From diamond-encrusted glory holes to the proper pronunciation of Ibiza, or Ibiza. We've got a full half hour of gawking at the possessions of rich people and thinking, that should so be me! Why am I a vapid waste of a human being? Maybe I'll blow my brains out during commercials. All because you're not on I'm Rich.
First up, Chloe Parker. If you don't know who she is, you're a pop culture retard, and that's...
Again, Alpha Male, the postal evolution. The Alco Patch. It's the same refreshing feeling of your favorite drink, but delivered transdermally and...
Doing in your car in the driveway, staring at your phone. Are your pants unbuckled?
It's the Wiz Wireless Video Package. Watch all your favorite movies on your phone. In 95, all the fuck.
Star Junction, the way the
a winner. America's next top hooker. It's time to put women back where they belong.
This is CNT.
CNT has all your favorite movies. Wednesday at 9 Eastern. It's the smash hit movie Bad Girls. Car Wash Fundraiser. Message of Hope. May not be suitable for all viewers.
This is CNT.
Tonight, a major TV event. Part 1 of the story of a remote Dutch trading post that would become the armpit of the world. It captured our imagination and held our dreams close to its breasts, gently drowning us in a milky discharge. It is the site of some of mankind's most grandiose achievements, and also our society's most squalid and depraved debaucheries. A history of liberty. Major support for this documentary is brought to you by the Bank of Liberty and the Public Broadcasting Corporation, where our budget is cut every year to pay for more bombs. If you take a look at the microcosm that is Liberty City, millions of people, a collective consciousness but utterly alone in a crowd, a million souls crying out to be heard, piled on top of each other, like kittens in a bag, all wanting to kill each other or suck from society's teat. It is a city with so much history. It is the history of the modern world, particularly for people who can't use a map, and like sweeping generalizations, a history of decadence, a history of corruption, a history of liberty. On September 4th, 1609, Horatio Humboldt, an English explorer hired by the Dutch to find a new place to sell weed, steered his trusty ship into the mouth of a great river, the Humboldt, which he wrote in his log. "It is a strange and fortuitous coincidence that lush future site of commerce coincidentally shares the same name as me, for the locals call it the Humboldt. Honestly."
That being said, looking through contemporary journals, even then the Humboldt River was a polluted mess. The Chickasaw Indians would shit and piss right in the river. It wasn't safe to swim in. With that knowledge, it makes it much easier to ignore the awful genocide and epic larceny our forefathers committed and talk about big ideas in grandiose terms and hope we get book deals.
Horatio Humboldt had stumbled into the natural harbor that would become the greatest sociological experiment the world had ever seen, to determine if all the people in the world could live together in a single place.
The answer is, of course, no. Liberty City was founded by the Dutch, and all the Dutch cared about was appearing to be purveyors of liberal values. But all they really cared about was pimping women and getting high. They were, in effect, well, I guess the first rappers. They wanted to find a place where they could party and kill people. Knowing this, it does make the act of highway robbery that our forefathers committed with regards to the Dutch a lot easier to forget, and we simply mask it in patriotic foundation myths.
Unlike other cities in the New World, founded to facilitate new forms of religious persecution by lunatics who'd been run out of Europe by liberals, Liberty City was founded not to promote religious intolerance, but instead the other central tenet of Western European society: getting rich off of other people's work.
You have to understand that when the Europeans arrived, the people that met them were savages. Can you imagine landing in a foreign land and being surrounded by men in loincloths? It's sort of hard to concentrate on fending off bubonic plague or sleeping with your pretty little 14-year-old wife when there are savages with no clothes running around. Luckily, we had a few tricks up our sleeve for dealing with them.
When Liberty City was founded at the beginning of the modern age, it quickly expanded its ego and learned to hate everyone else. Cities that were 3,000 years old couldn't hold a candle to the undisputed, self-appointed capital of the world.
Oh, the maps were really, really shitty back then. I mean, I don't know if it was the drink or the scurvy or the raging syphilis passed about by the town bike, but look at this map! It's like a Spaniard with polio painted it. It's one of the reasons people took so long to get anywhere. I mean, the shitty maps.
The other reason was the savages.
Advertisements were sent back to Europe, promising settlers a new life in a new city that had 24-hour convenience stores, roller coasters, and the entertainment of a nightly hanging at the gallows. All the things civilization had brought to bear on this land. All of Europe wanted to come see what freedom was really like. When they arrived, they were aghast at America's new pastime, watching animals fuck and betting on it.
Yes, well, this truly was the city of the future.
Word spread, so did the settlement. They chose the slender island in the bay, which they called Algonquin, after the old Indian word Algon-ku-win, thought by some to mean place for condo skyscraper, and by others as island to catch an STD. In 1625, right after the colony was founded, the first ship of slaves arrived to give the hard-working, morally upstanding, non-hypocritical Americans newly free from the tyranny of Europe time to focus on important things in life, like yelling at their women for buying too much shit in the strip mall.
The new economy was a boom.